everyone, and welcome back to When Jillian Speaks. And today we're on Family Circle Saturday, where we talk about family relationships, parenting, family values and its dynamics. We also talk about building stronger connection, family struggles, and the experiences of people quietly carry behind closed doors. And today's topic is something deeply personal for so many people. I would say for me as well, being the breadwinner, especially for those who silently carrying responsibilities for others. This is the pressure of being a family breadwinner. Because from the outside, often people see that the strength, the responsibility, the success, the independence, and the resilience. But behind that strength is often someone emotionally exhausted. Someone silently worry every day, like, can I keep doing this? What happens if I fall apart? Like, who takes care of me while I'm taking care of everyone else? And honestly, being the breadwinner is not just a financial pressure. It becomes emotional pressure as well. For some people who do not understand, because eventually your survival no longer feels connected only to yourself. It feels tied to everyone depending on you. So today's what we're going to talk about is more of like financial responsibility, the emotional burnout, the guilt, the pressure, the family expectations on you, the sacrificing your own needs, and learning how to carry responsibility without completely losing yourself. So, wherever you're listening right now from today, thank you very much for being here with me, and let's talk. Segment 1: The weight of always having to be strong. I think one of the hardest things about being the breadwinner is feeling like you are never allowed to fully collapse emotionally. Because people depend on you, bills depend on you, family depends on you, stability depends on you. And honestly, that creates a kind of pressure many people silently carry every single day. And you become the strong one, like the dependable one, the problem solver, the person everyone expects to manage things no matter how overwhelmed you feel internally. And after a while, strength stops feeling it stops feeling empowering. It starts feeling exhausting. Because sometimes you don't want to be strong. Sometimes you want someone to ask, are you okay? What do you need? Like, how heavy have this been for you? But many breadwinners quietly suffer because everyone becomes so focused on what they provide that people forget they are human too. Segment 2: When your life stops feeling like your own. One thing that people rarely talk about is how being the breadwinner can slowly change your relationship with your own life. Because eventually many decisions stops being fully about you. You begin thinking constantly about responsibilities, expenses, emergencies, family needs, and financial survival. And honestly, carrying that mental load every day becomes emotionally draining. Especially when you feel like there's no room to fail. And some people become so focused on surviving and providing that they stop asking themselves, like, what do I actually want? Dreams get postponed, rest gets postponed, healing gets postponed. And over time, people begin emotionally disappearing inside responsibility. And that's heartbreaking. Because many breadwinners sacrifice their own emotional well being quietly while making sure everyone else is okay. And sometimes nobody fully notices the cost. Segment 3: The guilt of saying no. I think guilt becomes one of the biggest emotional burden for breadwinners. Because once people become used to your support, saying no suddenly feels uncomfortable. You start feeling guilt for resting, like spending money on yourself, setting boundaries, needing space, or simply being tired. And honestly, many breadwinners feel trapped between love and exhaustion. Because you genuinely care about your family. You want to help. But helping constantly without emotional balance eventually creates burnout. And sometimes people silently carry resentment because they feel emotionally overwhelmed by, but guilty admitting it, you know? And especially in the families where responsibility becomes expected instead of appreciated, that pressure can feel incredibly lonely. Because you start believing if I stop holding everything together, everything might fall apart. And that fear keeps many people emotionally overworking themselves far beyond their limits. Segment 4: People see the provider, not the person. One of the saddest experiences for many breadwinners is feeling valued mainly for what they provide. Not always intentionally, but emotionally. Sometimes people only contact you when they need help. They need money, they need support, they need solutions. And honestly, over time, this can make someone feel emotionally invisible. Because you begin wondering, like, if I stop providing, would people would still value me the same way? Like, who am I outside of what I can do for others? And that question hits so deep, very deep. Especially when your identity becomes heavily tied into responsibility. And I think many breadwinners secretly feel lonely because they spend so much time supporting others that very few people truly support them emotionally in return. The provider often becomes emotionally neglected, even while constantly giving. Segment 5: Financial pressure becomes emotional pressure. Everyone, people often think being a breadwinner is only about finances. But honestly, financial stress affects emotional health deeply. Because carrying constant responsibility creates anxiety, we create fear, exhaustion, pressure, and emotional instability over time. Especially during difficult periods financially, like you start overthinking everything. Like, what if something happens? What if I can't keep up? What if I disappoint everyone? And when your responsibility involves people you love, the pressure becomes even heavier emotionally. Because failure no longer feels personal. It feels like letting down others too. And honestly, many breadwinners struggle silently with burnout. Because they feel like they cannot afford to stop. Not emotionally, not financially, not mentally. That kind of survival pressure changed people. Segment 6: The youngest child who became the responsible one. Alright, so this is a bit of a personal because I am the youngest one. And I consider myself as the breadwinner. So I also want to speak with people who became the breadwinner unexpectedly, especially younger siblings or younger family members who suddenly carried adult responsibilities much earlier than expected. Because sometimes life forces people into survival roles before they are emotionally ready. And honestly, there's something deeply painful about feeling like you lost your softness too early. You become responsible before fully learning how to care about yourself in physical and emotional way. And while other people may still see you as young, internally you feel exhausted from carrying adult pressure for years. That experience changes people deeply, especially when you feel like nobody fully understands how much pressure you silently carry every day. Segment 7: Loving your family and still feeling exhausted. Now, I want to say something important to everyone. Feeling emotionally exhausted doesn't mean you love your family less. And I think many breadwinners carry guilt because they feel overwhelmed while still deeply loving other people they support. But love and exhaustion can exist together. You can love the people deeply and I still feel it. You would feel drained, overwhelmed, emotionally unsupported, or mentally exhausted. That does not make you selfish. It makes you human. And honestly, many people were never taught healthy balance when it comes to family responsibility. They were taught that they just keep going on, don't complain, be grateful, like stay strong, but emotional suppression eventually catches up with people. And I think breadwinners deserve spaces where they're allowed to admit, like, this is too heavy for me without shame. Segment 8: Learning to care for yourself too. One of the most important lessons breadwinners eventually learn is you cannot continuously pour from an emotional empty place forever, because survival mode is not sustainable long term. Eventually your mind, your body, your emotions starts demanding rest. And honestly, many people wait until completely burn out before finally acknowledge their own needs. But your well-being matters too. Your dream matters too. Your healing matters too. And absolutely your peace matters too. Being responsible for others shouldn't require abandoning yourself completely. And learning self-care as a breadwinner can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to prioritizing everyone else automatically. But protecting your emotional health is not selfish. It is necessary, and because you deserve to exist as a person, not only as a provider. If you are currently carrying the pressure of being the family breadwinner, please know this: your exhaustion is valid. Your pressure is real. The weight you carry emotionally deserves compassion too. You're allowed to feel tired, you're allowed to need support, you're allowed to rest without guilt. And one day, I hope you stop measuring your worth only by how much you can sacrifice for others. Because you deserve love, care, peace, emotional safety as well. And not only responsibility. I'd like to thank everyone for spending time with me today on When Julian Speaks. Definitely, I think, as I remember, I was watching this movie from the Philippines called Breadwinner. It was actually created for a Filipino culture, especially. I think it was played by Vice Contes, the leading actor. It was very good. It actually made me maybe cry about it because you would be able to relate, especially with our people from the LGBT community, especially in the Philippines. Culture wise, most of them were breadwinners. So, anyway, if today's episode resonated with you, please share this to someone who you may know that's silently carrying family pressure or financial responsibility right now. And if you like a deeper reflections about healing, emotional exhaustion, self worth, and relationships, and of course, learning to choose yourself again, definitely I have a book that you can grab. It's called The Space I Never Gave Myself, and your support truly means so much to me. It is available on Amazon.com, also on my website, which is whenjulianspeaks.com.au. And don't forget to follow When Julian Speaks on Spotify, Amazon Music, and definitely on YouTube. We also have our Facebook and other social platforms like Instagram and TikTok for honest conversation about healing, family growth, relationship, and personal growth. Okay, so take care of your heart. Thanks for listening. Protect your peace, and I'll see you in the next episode.